In a fast-paced world, every day brings new challenges and new opportunities. At Strayer University, we know a thing or two about getting and staying ahead of change. For over 130 years, we've been providing students like you with innovative tools, customized support, and an education built to empower you, so you can find your way forward and always keep striving. Visit strayer.edu to learn more.
The Podcast Playground! Hooray!
You are now entering the Who's House podcast. Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
Yeah, right. Yo, I thought it was Rick Ross. Yo, welcome to the the Who's House. Who we got in the house today, man? Who's House podcast.
Bryant Davis, so
man, super legend, and not to mention that we are smoking up here. I feel like I've had the hot boxing podcast or something.
Yo, this
Mike Tyson coming in here.
Shit is crazy, yo. Back to back, the last two guests. But yo, I
said Wiz could, so I was like, all right.
Nah, he joined the elite class. You know what I'm saying? It's only been Snoop, Wiz, and Bryant Davis. I don't think anybody else is gonna come through. John, you ain't gonna let that happen.
John, we gotta stop the next nigga, man.
No, but see, he's cool. We're good.
You see, John.
Hey, John, it's a gentleman's cigarette.
Absolutely.
John's pussy too, man.
Nah, John cool. He got me the latte and all that. We straight,
Hey, John, yo, Marcus, you see John's hoodie? So he dripped out in, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was talking about some lady gay that time. I'm like, yo, my homie designed that, man. What you talking about?
Oh, no, man. You know him, man. It was just Wiz left here. He had that KK. The last K is missing.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
He missing some cells.
We got him nervous right now. All these black people, one guy, one white guy. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody else here.
Don't fuck with us, man.
Halloween, it's a new horror film.
Bryant Davis, man. Yo, you're a classic dude, man. I know you kind of like pissed off. Like now, everything is recreational. Everything is cool, legal.
Yeah.
I see. I said it before. The president that's not really popular kind of like cleared all the fucking. There's like a new law now trying to get all the old heads that's doing like 10 years for like pounds and shit like that. So they getting them out and shit. But back then, like in the league, like Steven Jackson already gave me and Matt Barnes gave me like their little input on. It's obviously you had to know like the piss doctors and all that shit. Was that the same with you? You had to be cool with them, like.
Yeah, you just man, I'd rather do that than drink. You know what I mean? I'm saying people drink, you know what I mean, get drunk DUIs and shit like that. So I didn't even smoke till I was like 28 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, I did it because my girlfriend made me mad. I knew it'd make her mad. So at the time, I knew it'd make her mad. So, but now in the league, it was like, you see a lot of people with DUIs and shit like that drinking. And I was like, fuck it, we gonna smoke.
I mean, they told me that they did it for like their muscle relaxing, like, relaxing their muscles and shit like that.
It is. It's,
yeah.
You come home from a game. If you drinking, you gon' it's like it's deteriorating your body. So, we just smoke, watch film, all hung out, you know what I mean? And then just wait for the next game. You know what I'm saying? When you sitting there high, you ain't trying to do nothing. You ain't trying to get in no trouble. You know what I mean?
Know.
You ain't trying to really go out.
I mean, it's too late to get in trouble now. What was the process back there for Bryant Davis? How'd you regulate like the smoke and dodge the tests and all that shit? Like,
I did not dodge the test. I was just completely honest.
What?
Yeah.
And you were that cool with the homie? Like, you were that cool? Bryant is a guy.
He was that nice, though. You feel me? Bryant was that nice back in the day.
Were they really getting, like, the players in trouble for that shit?
Hell yeah, dog. Like, people was, people was getting suspended and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy now.
It's crazy now.
Weed is damn near legal. But back then, like, people was just like, it was just off limits. You know what I mean? It was people looked at it like it was damn near crack cocaine.
Yeah, I remember when J.R. Smith was on the Knicks. He got suspended for marijuana, and like you know how New York is on the New York Times.
Oh yeah,
they're like J.R. Spliff
in the Daily News.
It was
niggas was going crazy about it, but
you ain't
it's
doing
like
nothing
now
but smoking, playing video games, watching basketball.
But now you know players could talk about that freely without no penalties. You know what I mean? So y'all kind of opened the door for that, man.
So the enemy was the media back then, like newspapers, like because there was there was no Instagram and shit back then.
I mean, I would say they weren't really like allies, you know, like some of them was allies, some of them was trying to make names for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny now that you know Matt Stack got a podcast, all the Q Rich, D Miles. So now the players becoming media, and so you know you getting real direct interviews. You know what I mean? You getting dudes who know each other, and so it's kind of pushing media to a whole new threshold. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like the personality coming out. The comfortability coming out, and the real story, you know, outside of somebody just reporting J.R. Smith was, you know what I mean, or Baron Davis was smoking weed. Like, for what?
You know,
why? You know what I'm saying?
But another thing is if you do get caught smoking weed and then your team loses, they always use that. That's another excuse, because one excuse is partying all night at a club. Before the game, and then you lose, and now you got weed and all this stupid shit back then.
Man, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You know what I mean? Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody in the NBA is really good, right? And they deserve to be there. So, you know, it's like you can't take dudes for granted. You know what I mean? Like, everybody going to have a day. So, you're going to lose, you're going to lose. But you can find all kind of excuses. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for a fan to, like, punt that off. You know, and hanging out, or
imagine getting high and you got to go up against Jordan and fucking like all the.
You better get high.
Yeah, I was about to say I would be getting high as fuck. Hey, like, damn, I gotta play this.
Hit a joint and take a nap and wake up and think you somebody else when you go to that arena.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
But do you feel like, you know, the team with the Warriors, did you guys bond more because there was a lot of people that smoked weed recreationally, or y'all had a group of people that did smoke weed, or wasn't?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't segregation and shit.
No, it wasn't even a weed. We was just all fun. You know what I mean? Everybody just having fun, was funny, crack jokes, and all our personalities meshed. Like, we all came from, you know, teams that didn't want us. And we was all like on the verge at one point of, you know, being kicked out the league. You know what I mean? Being suspended from the league, not getting drafted when it was Monte Ellis fell to the second round. You know what I mean? He was a lotto pick.
That was crazy.
He fell to the second round. You know what I mean? Jason Richardson, he had been there the whole time, had like 7 coaches in 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So we was all kind of like renegades.
Y'all became bad boys and shit.
And we just like developed that Bay Area personality. Like, we took on the personality of the Bay. And that was the only way it was going to work. You know what I mean? Like, we couldn't do it like this team. You know what I mean? It wasn't corporatized. It wasn't, it wasn't fixed up at the top.
It's still raw.
We just had to rock. And I remember, you know, I was hurt middle of the season. And I was like, yo, man, if I come back, like, I know y'all fools like to party and shit. You know what I mean? I don't like hanging out. But damn, if we start winning, let's make that the club. Let's make the gym the club. And then we can go out. I'll go out too. So we start winning, bro. And we start going out. And we start winning.
Oh, shit.
And we start going out. and we start going out and we start winning. And it was crazy. We won I think 20 of the last 25 games. And it was because we was just having fun. You know what I mean? Everybody had kind of gave up on us. The season was written off. But we was just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? We ain't got shit to lose at this point. Once we got rolling, you know, we start like the off the court shit. You know what I mean? You sitting, you chilling, we watching games, some of us smoking. So, you know what I mean? People we watching the games and we hanging with each other. So that like the idle time where you usually go home, be with your family, you know what I mean? Like, we all kicking it, going to dinner. What you doing, man? Let's go to dinner. So it just formed this kind of like bond. And then on the court, like, we just all knew what we all were thinking. And anybody could motivate the next person or tell somebody like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Like, what's up, dog? Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Like, Monte used to do that to me all the time. Like, yo, what's up, big homie? I need you. Like, damn, just give me 6 points. You know what I mean? I got you. I just need 6 points for the rest of the quarter from you, and I got it. And that's how we used to communicate. You know what I mean? And Matt, Matt was like the defensive captain. You know what I mean? Him and Stack. So like, them two had, they just joke on each other all day. You know what I mean? So they had like a special bond and shit like that. And I just think it just transferred the energy to the team. You know what I'm saying?
How did you react when Matt was going at? I don't know if they were together at that time with Kobe, when there was the infamous Kobe interaction with Matt.
Oh, with the when he faked the ball in his face. Yeah, Matt tripping. Kobe ain't going for none of that shit, man. Rest in peace to the great, to the God.
Shit talk was serious like that in the court, like
Yeah, a lot of people talk. Like a lot of people talk shit. I ain't really talk shit though.
You just let
I wasn't with the shit talking.
Right over your head.
Yeah, I wasn't really with the shit talking. You know what I mean? Nah, it's like I like to joke. I like to joke, have fun on the court. So I wasn't really, but dudes talk shit all the time. Like it was, it was back then. It was real beef.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like you didn't see other dudes on other teams in the summer. Them wasn't your friends. You know what I mean? You didn't go to college together. You had, like it was like for a while it was just like, man, you would never catch me in the Bay Area. Like I would think like, oh man, they don't fuck with me. They don't. The Bay don't fuck with me. Like it was just rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Detroit, like all that shit, all still had that fabric, that rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the Detroit, LA, and Chicago, and like dudes was beating each other up. You know what I mean in the playoffs, and just in the regular season. So that beef was like there. And then in the off season, you going to work out because you targeting. You know what I mean? You getting ready for that dude. And I think now,
this shit is real
these dudes, they all played on the same AAU team. So it's it's like the brotherhood is just getting tighter and tighter. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the competition is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's different because them your homeboys, right? So like now these young dudes, like they all follow each other. You know what I mean? They all hang out.
With
so
each other since young.
It's like who got the bragging rights? You know what I mean? You ain't just like the only NBA dude in the entourage. You know what I mean? It's like 8 of them dudes, and they all talking shit to each other. You know what I mean? Because, who going to come out on top. So, the game going to keep evolving. I love these young dudes. All these young dudes is killer to me. I appreciate it because I was in the league, and I know how hard it is to be in the league. You know what I mean? And so, I know a lot of times like old heads and shit be like, the league, they soft and all that shit. But, imagine what dudes was saying when we was playing. You know what I mean? They used to they used to get out on the court in the 60s.
Jokes Up Ice Cream Dispensary is the #1 cannabis dispensary in Studio City and Los Angeles, offering the highest quality and the best prices on ice cream cannabis. Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
It's crazy, like college kids that's kicking ass out there. Like, how do they choose these guys?
Man, it's all over the world now.
Yeah. International.
Basketball is like it's huge.
Man.
Basketball all over the world. You got kids training right now, in China and Singapore.
Like 13, 14.
Like people, look at this kid out of France.
Yeah, Victor.
This dude's 7'4".
Doing crazy shit, man.
Going crazy.
What the fuck are they eating, man?
Hey, I don't know, bro. It's man, there was a period of time, kid, and you know what I'm talking about.
Shit.
In the 2000s.
Oh my God.
There was some breeding going on. People was hooking up intentionally with some intentions. You know what I mean?
You must have been stressed out. You being a regular human being, you had to be extra, extra nice. Like, how do regular human beings get in the league, man? When you got all these 8 feet tall motherfuckers in the shit. Man.
It's work. It's work. It's love. It's dedication. It's the same thing you do. It's like you live it, you eat it, you sleep it, you dream it, you wake up. It's like it's just a part of your life. You know what I mean? And for a lot of people, like talent gonna get you there. But it's also like just making the right moves, making the right decisions, you know what I mean, and then developing your skills.
I'm glad he's up here because I got this one question that I'm not gonna diss other basketball players that I'm very cool friends with and shit. But you went through UCLA, you busted your ass, and you got into the league, different teams, and you're at this point now that you're like the illest player. Now you want to be a rapper. Like, what the fuck is that about? Yo, like I don't understand this shit, man.
Basketball and rap go hand in hand.
But you got to be nice though.
You
like,
got to be nice.
90% of them is like
not all rappers are nice.
Thank you. You know
what I mean.
All right,
and not all basketball players are super nice. Some people just it's their art. You know what I mean. And I think for a lot, like we listen to music all day. We got playlists. Some of us DJ. Dudes make beats. I just think that it's just a part of our life. It's like our theme music for how we play, or if you put a theme music together for every dude career or mixtape, you know what I mean? Like we identifying dudes by their mixtape, but it's mostly the music. You know what I mean?
You know what? I get that. That makes sense. But when you you did all that, but now you want to be gangster. Now you want to be this thug dude, and you want to be in the streets and like.
I think it's more so like I look at it like an autobiography. You know what I mean? Like some dudes, like you look at all right, I'm from LA. All right, everybody know that. Man, it's tough out here for the hoopers. Like you get a pass, but we in the trenches.
Yeah.
We hooping at the a lot of dudes hooping in the inner city school where it's like it's in the trenches, it's going down. You know what I mean? And the rappers ain't there.
Oh shit! See, I never knew that.
You know what I mean? It's like the rappers on the streets. Like street rappers in LA is on the streets.
Yeah.
Like the dudes who make it, they really in the streets. The basketball players, they the same dudes, live right down the street, really in the, you know what I mean? Coming up through the same street. So a lot of these dudes, it ain't so much like they gangster. I just think that shit is I think is trauma healing, right? Because how else are you going to express your art? Basketball is art. So that's a good expression. You know what I mean? It's a good outlet. It's physical, mental. You drain. You know what I mean? But, like, you still got to deal with the shit you grew up with, the shit you got to deal with, your family, all that shit. So, I appreciate anybody, like, writing, making music, all that. Now, I'm not going to listen to it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm from the era where I leaked Shaq shit first. Shaq came out with his album.
Yeah.
I interviewed him when he first dropped. Kobe, he used to do freestyles. He even tried to be a rapper.
Iverson too,
Yeah, I was Iverson.
Dudes
like
freestyle
everybody.
all the time.
I was there in all those moments. But then you have other people that try to emulate that one moment because they're the first to do it. And then, Shaq went platinum. I think he's like the only one that went platinum.
Yeah,
I
Shaq
think, right?
hard.
Yeah, you got cats like Dame Lillard right
Dame
now.
hard.
Like Dame actually hard.
Dame hard.
All right,
Dame
he's
got
nice, but you know what I'm talking about.
I
Right?
do know what you're talking about, but look,
right.
they changed it.
Bones Highland, he dope.
He's nice too.
He's nice.
But see, you got
Miles Bridges,
you got
he's
people
nice.
Miles Bridges, you got people coming out.
Rozier, he nice.
So it's changing the narrative now. It's not. I feel like it
Lonzo
goes
Ball,
hand in
he
hand.
nice.
All right, so they're nice, right? But I'm talking about like NBA, football. These dudes that just absorb it so much. You killed yourself to get to this level where it's really a lottery pick to get to where you're at. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you want to be a rapper and you sacrifice.
But guess what?
But why not?
Look at Antonio Brown.
If you want to
he got a song that they play everywhere.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the sacrificing of like you doing stupid shit that you shouldn't be doing, like physical shit.
Yeah, if you are
like you thug,
if you
join the gang,
you join the gang. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, a lot of dudes.
I'm a blood now, I'm a Crip now. You from LA, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
why are they so infatuated with that shit?
I have no idea.
This is what I'm talking. I'm not talking about talent.
No, I know what you mean. And
then they get themselves locked up, or they get shot, they get fucked. You be like, yo, you did all that to get to you, and now you're in this situation where you get lost. Like,
yeah, I just think a lot of them are just misguided. You know what I mean? And that lifestyle is intoxicating. It's a lot of fun come with that shit.
Like, I wish I could be a ball player.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like there's a lot of rappers who wish they could be ball players.
It's a lot of rappers.
There's a lot of ball
players
who wish they could be rap
But like
players,
basketball is a job. You know what I'm saying? It's a job.
Oh wow.
You gotta go to work. You gotta be on time. You know what I mean? You gotta listen. Yeah. You gotta like know the shit. You gotta know the plays and all that shit. You know what I mean? And so like rapping, that's just like a hobby. That's you know what I mean? Like for musicians and I'm not gonna say, you know, for us, it should be a part of like a hobby in addition to. You know what I mean? For musicians, that's a job. They in the studio, you know what I mean, 11 to 6, like every day. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can express your art, but like doing the clown shit is like, you know,
that's what I'm talking about.
But you know what? You go through it, man. Like you go through it. You give money, and you don't get the instructions.
Oh wow!
And now you face with, okay, my friends are in college, right? The motherfuckers who gonna have a job or some shit. You know what I mean? That I can like drink wine and go to dinner. You know what I mean? They in college, bro. They in college. They go to school every day. Who else do I relate to? I want to fuck with Who Kid, but Who Kid famous. Who Kid,
you can hang with me all day. Shit,
you know what I mean? So
with me all fucking day. Man.
So it's like you caught in this world where you got the money and the resources to pick and choose. You know what I mean? Which kind of life you want to live. You know, I did it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I went back and thought it was cool to get the homies and you know what I mean? Like I was going to do it right. You know what I mean? And I was going to bring, you know, Crips and Bloods together. You know, like, yeah, that was a great wish, you know. But when you start thinking about it, it's like, we did it. You know what I mean? We did it. Like it was, I got cousins that's Crips. I got all my homeboys that's Bloods, you know what I mean? And Crips. And we all at All-Star Weekend together.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it was like, that was a struggle, though. You know what I mean? That's a struggle because no matter playing basketball or not, you know what I mean? I'm still with my homeboys. So the conversations and the shit they going through and the shit we talking about, all that shit you talking about, that shit, you know, you gonna live in it. You know what I mean? Until you go back and hoop, and then that's your getaway. You know what I mean? And so I don't mind music. You know what I mean? Because music is like maybe music is like a wall.
Oh,
you know what I mean? To be able to express yourself and still relate to your people. You know what I mean? Whether they want to relate or not, but it's still an opportunity for you to like express all the shit that, you know what I mean, you grew up and you couldn't talk about, you know what I mean, because of the time, the era, or, you know, whoever you were with. You know what I'm saying? I
mean, do ball players, like, is there a way to choose friends? Like, sometimes if your friend need to tell you, yo, he's whack, yo, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, but then they're scared they lose their job, or they scared. I mean, yo, I would rather him tell me that I am trash or I'm doing something fucked up than I'm.
I mean,
stupid.
I try to tell him, but you don't listen either.
Either I said fuck
it's
you,
the same
or
shit.
You know what? I think you're right.
You know, it's the same shit. You know what I mean? But
your friends you're gonna argue with. Your friends gonna always.
But that's cool. I would rather that. Yo, 50 Cent always respected me. I mean, I had ways of like telling 50.
Yeah.
I don't tell him.
Just sitting on
He trusts you though, but he trusts you though.
Yeah, you have to have that because if he's embarrassed or he looks stupid, we all look stupid.
Absolutely.
So if it's a risk of me getting fired from being his DJ, then you know it is what it is. Maybe he'll see it and then bring me back because you were right. You know, I'd rather like maybe sacrifice that than
but that's you. That all that is conversation. That sounds like a conversation.
But you see other peers and you're like, yo, what kind of friends this guy got? Like, why is he doing that? Like, you know,
some people just don't. Some, you know, all right, look at it like this. You got that money again.
Yes, man. You got 30 million, 40 million.
You got that money, right? So now you're gonna hang with your homeboys. We just talked about this. You go to Nobu, they wanna go to In-N-Out. They looking at the menu like, man, I want to go to In-N-Out.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Let's go get some tacos. Let's go get some tacos.
You be like, oh shit, yo.
Right? Then you got the other side where, you know, these people used to going to Nobu. You know what I mean? And like, you getting praise. You get so much praise, and you get so many people telling you how great you are, how good you are. All this shit, you know what I mean? It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate who really care about you. You know what I mean? Who really a fan. And sometimes you can let a fan in, you know what I mean? And a fan will hold you down better than your goddamn friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just a matter of like who around you, who believe in you, and then who believe that they can get something out of you.
Yeah, I feel like, especially with art, everybody got their own way of expressing themselves, just like everyone got their own style of hooping.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like it's the same thing. You talk about mixtapes, you know, people's mixtapes on YouTube used to be the shit, you know what I mean? Like, I came up watching Brandon Jennings mixtapes.
Yeah, sick.
You feel me? Like, watching that shit all the time after school with Derrick Rose, all these niggas. And that's the same way of, right after that, I'm watching Smack URLs, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right in the same space, you know what I mean?
That's why I don't
like,
compare people.
It goes hand in hand because on the way to a game, you talking about that URL battle. You talking about that Smack battle in between, or the mixtape that you just dropped talking over Max B shit, whatever. So music's always embedded in basketball.
Absolutely.
I mean,
whatever
it's always been embedded. Even when I did the N1 mixtape, like,
that shit was
like legendary.
All
like,
that shit, that's energy. You know what I mean? It's like the music make you feel the energy even though you're not there. So when you watching the N1 mixtape, you see the crowd. You know what I mean?
Like,
and the music is just making that feeling come alive. You know what I mean? When that's why when I directed the Drew doc, I was trying to emulate that, you know what I mean, that same energy that New York brings to documentaries. I was trying to bring that to the Drew doc, you know what I mean, because I needed people to understand that basketball is different. One, is different out here than it is anywhere else. It's a real lifestyle, you know what I mean, and so New York is the Mecca, but L.A. is the Mecca too. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? And like that. And that's how I feel, you feel what I'm saying? And so like when I was doing the Drew doc, it was really about like L.A. basketball, right? But the Drew, you know, that energy in there was like, you need that music to drive it. You know what I mean? You need that sound, those sonics, right, to bring out that dunk. You know what I mean? Or that crowd, ooh, you know what I mean?
I know that feeling that we'll never know. Well, I know you play ball, but I will never know. But if you slamming or dunking on like a major game and it's your dunk that wins it, like, how's that feeling? Or is your dunk that gets everybody ahead? How's that feel? Like, man, what is that about? Is it different feelings too, or is
it's just out of body experience.
What?
With that AK dunk, man.
Man, it's just an
I
out of
remember
body
watching
experience.
that shit, like, yo, dunked on that nigga, man. That shit was
It's
crazy.
like it's like you in body, but like it's like you know what I mean. It's like it's like an out of body. Like when you see dudes spaz out going for 50.
They be like,
you know what I mean?
That was a crazy poster. Was that your best poster though?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Body.
I got a few though.
Yeah, I was gonna say even in Charlotte, you was dunking on cats too though.
I got a few.
So you be screaming and all that shit, like.
Nah, I didn't even scream when I I don't. Sometimes I scream though, but I never really like screamed and shit.
Like
I was just hella flossy.
You just kind of walk.
I was just flossy, man. You know, I dunk on somebody, start laughing. You know what I mean?
See, look, there you go, John. You know what you're doing,
A lot
man.
of good things will happen, not just with him scoring, but then also an open.
Shit.
Man! Hello.
Look at that. Shit.
I ain't talking to
I'm about to scream for this guy, man. Ugh.
Hey, man,
That was ugly.
how tough was D. Will back in the day?
Oh my God!
People sleep on
Hey,
D. Will,
bro,
man.
look. Wow. You got D. Will one night.
Yeah.
Next night you got Steve Nash.
Oh shit!
Right. Then the next night, Derek Fisher picking you up full court.
no.
Derek Fisher was
You
tough.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then after that, you gotta go see Chris Paul. Then after Chris Paul, you gotta go see Tony Parker.
Back to back.
Then after that, you gotta go see Steve Francis. Then after that, you gotta go see Jason Kidd. Then after that, you gotta go see Gary Payton. You feel what I'm saying? Then Mark Jackson posting you up. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Who else?
Damn.
Then you gotta go see Gilbert Arenas.
Hibachi.
You feel me?
It's going stupid.
Hey, bro. Then you gotta go see Gil. Man, come on, yo.
That was a different era, man.
That
The
was
guard era was crazy, man.
It was nuts. Like every night, every night. You know, Jared Jack cold.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you thinking about you thinking about dudes like that. Earl Watson play defense. Not gonna let you. Like it was either dudes was
Andre Miller was
Andre
tough
Miller
too,
was,
man.
oh my God.
50 without
Man,
hitting
come
a
on,
3-pointer,
dog.
man.
Andre
It was
Miller.
crazy.
Andre Miller was so smart.
Yeah, it was tough.
You know what I mean? He was so smart and so skilled, and he pick you apart. It was almost like different styles, like different styles of rap. You know what I mean? Like you gotta go and say, all right, like I gotta like dictate my will. You know what I mean? On the game, or like my flow or my pace, or else if Andre Miller get the pace,
it's over.
It's over. If
yeah.
Jason Kidd get the pace, it's
See
over.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, you played in New York, you know what I mean? Played on the Knicks for a little bit, so you got to probably see, you know, the culture of New York basketball and kind of compare it to LA basketball. I'm sure that there's a lot of similarities, but what are the biggest differences you feel like?
The biggest difference is
winning
people
and
in New
losing?
York. people in New York play outside. People
true.
always playing outside,
Always
always
play
playing
outside.
on the
Niggas
park.
be playing in Timbs.
And it's not a lot of parks in New York.
Yeah.
In LA, we probably had the most parks than anybody in the country.
That's crazy.
And schools and basketball courts, and nobody play outside. So that's kind of like the biggest difference. You know what I mean? Is like, you know, New York, you can always like put on your sneakers and go, you know, go somewhere and you know it's gonna be a run. LA, you gotta find it, or it gotta find you. You know what I mean? And then I say the difference between LA and New York is basketball is the lifestyle here. You know what I mean? The fashion. You know what I mean?
It's
the
like Hollywood. Yeah, straight Hollywood.
Basketball is like is the dictator. In New York is, you know, music. Like the music and the roughness. You know what I mean? In the street. You know what I mean? The street. LA is more like smooth lifestyle. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a flow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real casual. It's like casual, laid back. So that's, I would say those are the two differences. Is like when you come to LA, people dress like basketball players.
They kind of set the trend in the way.
We set the trends out here.
Oh wow!
And then in New York, you know what I mean? It's like the rappers, you know what I mean, or that the hip hop community set that trend.
I think it's because the Knicks never won nothing in a minute either, too. And the Knicks been sorry for a minute.
What is that? Why is it like a mentality of like just accepting the fact that we did well in New York? Like where we accept that we don't care if we don't win. Like
here's.
Please tell me, man.
Here's my thing with that.
Oh shit, we about to get the inside scoop, man.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
The Knicks fans are incredible. They want to win. All they want is to win and feel good, bro. That's it, man. Bro, that's it.
That's all we want.
That's
man.
really it. They want the hopes and the dreams of a championship contender. They want to feel something. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times it's like, and they also want to relate to the players, and they want the players to be that for them. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of times, you know, the fans can be too passionate.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Too passionate.
I feel that.
To where like you feel like, you know, players may feel a certain type of angst, right?
Pressure automatically.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, like what's worse than when you going through a losing streak and, you know, you going to the bodega and motherfuckers telling you, man, fuck off. You know what I mean?
You know? It's
hey, Davis, fuck you. Hey, man, come on, man.
I feel like it's the same pressure.
Free throws.
It's the
like,
same
yo,
pressure.
bro, I've been thinking about my goddamn free throws the whole goddamn day. And then I got to wait in line. This dude just barking at you. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking turn the ball over, man. Like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? Like,
New York is a tough place.
Hey, bro,
man.
New York, they
would come up at you. Like, if you go to the bowling alley or if you somewhere eating motherfuckers.
No, we was
come
rocking.
at you.
We was rocking in New York. Though. We had the Knicks tape. We was rocking.
Okay.
Yeah, we was rocking.
We was rocking.
That was a good time. We had a good squad.
That was a good time.
We had another team that had really good camaraderie. We had really good camaraderie. They just
was that the team she was on?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good team.
They just
man. Ball don't lie.
They switched the general manager at the beginning of the season, and I think that fucked it up because when they brought the new dude in, like, no, seriously, bro.
Because that was a 2012.
Yeah, bro. When they brought dude in, he kind of was like, became hands on. He was trying to be cool with the players. When, shout out to Glenn Grunwald when I was there. He was just cool. Mm-hmm. He ain't say nothing. He just made sure we was it was like it was the players team. When the other dude came in, it started going back corporate. So it's just the Knicks got to decide, whose team it is. Is it the players' team or is it the upper management team? You know what I mean? And so you want to build a winner. If you look at Golden State, what team is that? That's a players' team.
And y'all had a good set of vets. I feel like Melo had a lot of veterans around him around that time.
Melo, man. Everybody was cool. You had Tyson. Yeah, you had Melo and Amari getting along. We had a squad, man. I just wish I wasn't. I wish I would have just took the time to get all the way healthy and not try to
rush it.
Yeah, rush it.
But
I was just trying to
saw
play.
Something there, though, right?
Yeah. One, I saw something there. Two, I thought all right, as the season go along, I was gonna get stronger. You know what I mean? And it was just like when I came in, I couldn't even walk.
Damn.
So it was a miracle that I was, in their eyes, that I was on the court anyway. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off, and damn, motherfuckers fell off.
You know what? I know for a fact, like the Knicks fans, they put a lot of pressure on, Knicks chase names sometimes too. And I remember, when they brought in T-Mac, for that 1 year.
Oh, no.
When he came in, and they put a lot of expectations on T-Mac, like expecting him to
be the old T-Mac.
Let's go. You gotta drop 28 a night.
T-Mizzy.
I kind of think it's cool, man, for any player to be able to at some point just play for the Knicks.
At least have that experience.
New York is a vibe, man.
You ever got cursed out by Spike Lee?
Nah, me and Spike real cool. Spike my cousin, man.
Oh, okay.
He is.
You can let us know, man.
He is. Nah, Spike cool. Spike is a great mentor. Spike is a real good. He don't cuss at the players. Spike is a really is a real fan, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He a real fan. He just passionate. He want to win, and he enjoys the game. Like when you see Knicks fans, they are enjoying the game. They will enjoy if the other team, somebody get off, they going to give them, you know what I mean? They going to give them their flowers right then and there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah,
and I think Spike is just a fan of the game. You know what I mean? And that's his personality. You know what I mean? He been a figure in this league. He brought the culture to this league. You know what I mean? When you think about the Jordan commercials, Spike can do whatever he wants.
In L.A., is it Jack Nicholson or who's in L.A.? Who's the Spike Lee of L.A.?
Well, Jack, but I don't know if Jack still goes to the games though.
How old is he? 180?
Oh damn!
Man, Jack
I'll probably say Snoop is.
But you see, Jack,
Snoop.
Jack's not.
Okay.
Yeah, Snoop. Now, Jack's style was different than Spike's though. Jack was just sitting there. He ain't just
calling.
If he was watching the game or not.
He was just so popular that people just kept zooming.
Man, all you wanted to do when you played the Lakers was walk by and say, "What's up, Jack?"
Jack was that dude. So,
bro, for real, yo.
Did you grow up a Laker fan since you're from LA?
Hell yeah.
So do you still root for them now that you play? You got some ties with the Clippers.
I always root for the Lakers. You know what I mean? I always root for the Lakers because if it wasn't for the Lakers, you know what I mean, I wouldn't have even been playing basketball if it wasn't for Magic and the Lakers and just being able to, as a kid, feel like, you got a champion in your city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
you on that
different.
court, man. Once you walk on that court, it's legendary.
Yeah,
man.
Hell yeah. It was just
shit.
You talking about championships.
Legends.
You know what I mean?
No,
it ain't
dynasties.
When
man.
I was a kid, man. That one time,
that makes a huge
we
difference.
won. We was winning back to backs. You know what I mean? It was like shit. You going to school. Hoping you can get, we was selling Laker T-shirts, not Crenshaw, but Figueroa and all that, right by the sports arena.
Yeah, that's fire, man.
Yeah.
So do you feel like it's this season, so a Clippers town this year? Or what do you think?
I mean, it's always the Lakers town. The Clippers got to win the town. I think the Clippers are. But the thing about the Clipper fans is the Clippers got their own fans. And the Clipper fans are dope too, and they just waiting. They just waiting for a winner. But it's just a different fan base.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like the Lakers are the Lakers. You know what I mean. They are world renowned. You go to a game in Memphis, it's just as many Laker fans as it is Memphis Grizzlies. You know, like the Lakers is like damn near everybody's team.
The world brand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now, like, that team is like the Warriors. You know what I mean? So I think the way the Clippers are going, you know, the way they keep adding players and you know, just keep pushing, they get a championship, and you're going to see the Clippers fans come alive. You know what I mean? And you're going to see who all was, you know, Clipper fans here in the city.
Well, speaking of Clippers, I think that's when Steven Jack introduced me to you, when I first met you through Steven Jack. So make it clear, Steve didn't play on the Clippers, right? He
did.
No, he did. But they weren't on the Clippers at the same time.
We went on
they
the
weren't
Clippers
on the
together.
same time though. That's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, so they weren't playing at the same time?
Nah, it wasn't.
Nah.
So when he introduced me to you and we were hanging out and all that stuff, you were playing on the Clippers.
On the Clippers, yeah.
Okay, because I remember the game I was telling you about. When,
he said it was Reggie Miller's last game.
Yeah, last game y'all busted their ass, but it was like his retirement game, and then I got courtside seats. I saw Reggie Miller crying and shit. You know, I'm a dick. I was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" That's what you get. But y'all busted their ass that day. But that was his last. They did the ceremony, like that was crazy.
No, that was the Warriors. We was on the Warriors.
That was on the Warriors.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense. So
Shout
it was a Warriors game.
There you go. That's what I told you.
All
man.
right. Yo, Steven Jack is like a trill dude, man.
Yeah,
you know?
he the realest, man.
Explain this relationship with Steven Jack, man. Like,
man, that's my brother, man. It's like my brother from another mother. Our birthdays is like 2 days, 3 days apart. Aries, and you know the dude is misunderstood.
Yeah, exactly.
You talking about somebody who care about people. You talking about somebody that's probably one of the greatest teammates.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Great father. You know what I mean. Like he all the way live. He all the way real. What you see is what you get. Like he not hiding.
Yeah.
He not sugarcoating. And then when you see how he play, like that's he a dog, but he's smart.
Yeah.
He a really, really smart, skilled player, but he got that dog in him. You know what I mean? And so, like, just another dude who can rap, too. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I used to leak all his songs.
I
leaked all his songs. But, it's funny because the first time I met them, like, this was my first time hanging with Steve. So then I hung out with him, all that at once. And then I saw him smoking weed. I was like, oh, shit. NBA players be smoking weed.
Stack was like the first real like rapper I hung out with.
I was
a hooper.
But didn't you say when you was like with Bun B, that's when you saw Stack around? It was like, he around.
Yeah. Well, I used to do the Pimp C and Bum. I used to do their mixtapes and stuff. Okay. So that's why I was up on Steven Jack's radar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he fucks with
them is people. They from the same part.
The whole Trill thing went back and forth, and he ran with that. I mean, he still does, but but that was the connection. And then I was invited to the game, and then that's when after the game we all hung out. And I swear to God, I was so shocked. Because I've hung out with so many ball players all my life, Carmelo Anthony, everybody. I never saw nobody smoke weed until I hung out with you and Stevie Jack. And it was back to back. I was like, yo, I was high as hell. I was like, yo, what the? It was like the fucking wildest experience, and it woke me up like that day. Like, oh, these motherfuckers be smoking weed, man. That shit's crazy,
man. They be doing their own thing. Man.
Yeah, I mean, that's
no, I don't, kid.
Yo, my last question with the Knicks before we even move on. I'm not really smart with this shit, but when was the last time they got? I mean, was Ewing the last time there was any kind of championship shit with the Knicks?
They didn't even win a championship.
I know they didn't win, but I know you missed that fucking
that layup.
But was that the last time there was anything championship related with the Knicks?
When Barron was on the team, they won like 50-some games. Like that was we was on our way.
Oh, okay.
We was on our way.
Yeah, they busted that up.
We was on our way. And
that was the whole insanity, all that.
Yeah,
we was cracking.
The insanity era was crazy in New York, man. You couldn't go to no park without seeing like a group of Asians balling in some Lynn gear.
Shout out to Jeremy Lin.
That shit was dope. That shit was real too.
Like it was crazy because I was right there.
Oh shit! It finally went off. Oh shit! Hopefully we don't get in trouble for this. Oh shit. Oh shit. How long is this gonna last?
I think we did it.
That shit is...
It had to be Wiz.
It didn't happen before, but he didn't smoke that long though.
Who, Wiz?
Yeah, he smoked just like a little bit. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's like late at night, so hopefully we'll get away. We'll get away with
That's
it.
what it is. It's the blunts.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, Baron Davis just started a fucking fire alarm in here.
And you are the first.
That was Bart.
You're definitely the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm blaming that on Bart Oatmeal, my alter ego.
Yo,
Bart Oatmeal is the legend.
My nigga Bart brought some loud.
That was not me. That was my artist, Bart Oatmeal.
Bart Oatmeal set the building on fire, B.
Bart, why you do that, Bart?
Well, let me see.
You just gotta throw water on all the equipment, and that'll stop it. Huh?
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
All right, we are back, man. We had like some technical difficulties, but we are back, man. This shit was wild, man. What a wild night, man. This whose house shit is getting out of hand, man. Yo, shout out to the Slick Media Company. You want to big that up?
Yeah,
Baron?
man. Shout out to Slick, Sports, Lifestyle, and Culture. It's slick.tv. I wanted to, it's hard for like creators, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we got to fight for shows. You got to fight for documentary ideas. So I was like, man, it'd be dope to build a platform where I can watch the movies I want to watch, and all the dudes who come to me to produce stuff or partner up to produce, especially athletes, like they documentaries and telling their stories. Like I want to do it all. And so, just kind of build a platform to allow that to happen. So really for creators to have their own set of tools to be able to distribute their content, to put their content against a paywall, but also to be in a network of other content.
We have so many people that just hit me on my socials. Ask fucking your boy about these two people right here. Who he's gonna choose, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Yeah, I was gonna say that earlier. I don't really be I don't really be comparing. You know what I mean? It's hard to compare dudes that are one-of-ones. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, man, these dudes
two
is
different legends.
Yeah, it's just too different. Like Michael Jordan is a one-of-one. LeBron is a one-of-one.
Yeah.
Like you can't. It's hard. It's hard to compare them, and in two different time periods. You know what I mean? And so when I look at basketball players, I relate them to painters.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Like
Van Gogh.
Like Van Gogh, and you know what I'm saying? Like Basquiat. Yeah.
Wow.
You got it's like these dudes got their own style.
Yeah.
Their own flavor. And when you watch the game as artists, you watch how they paint. And LeBron paint different than Jordan. Kobe paint different than Jordan. Paint different than LeBron. You know what I mean? Like all of their, dramatics and theatrics are different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to get your opinion. Who you think got it right now in the league? Who you think the best in the league right now?
The best is too many. I think the league got so many dope stars. You thinking about, obviously Steph. You still got Steph, LeBron, KD, Kyrie, all those. Then you got Trae Young, you got Luka, you got Ja Morant, you got Dame Lillard still. Dame Lillard, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, LaMelo Ball. Like it's damn near a star on every team. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland. You can just start running them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes. I fuck with Paul George.
PG's tough.
Yeah, PG is
Had
super
a big
tough.
game the other night.
Who's that guy that his feet came out his sneakers?
Who?
Oh, Zion Williams.
Yeah.
He tough. Brandon Ingram, tough.
Yeah,
Like
BI
the league,
tough.
it's about to be like a change of guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like LeBron in his 20th year, dog.
Yeah.
It's like
coming.
These young dudes they on the rise, and they got they got their own style. You know what I mean? Jason
They do.
Tatum, Jaylen Brown. You know, it's like you got some real stars out here, and these dudes they got the flavor. You know what I mean? They multi-dimensional. You know, it's just good for the league.
Do you feel like your style was more kind of like an East Coast style of play? Like, I always felt like you kind of had handles. You was quick. You was kind of flashy with it. You know, people in New York love when a player plays for the crowd, and I feel like you kind of brought that element to your game. Was that something that you kind of got being from L.A.?
Yeah, I would say I stole a lot of shit from like the East Coast when I was coming up in high school, and I used to bring it back to L.A. because nobody would play like that.
Oh, wow.
See, that's crazy. That's real.
You know, and then I would say like you got Baltimore and D.C. in my game.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, so I went and found like the Baltimore D.C. that swag with like, you know, just the New York handle, you know, flair, but
polish
like,
it up with that.
Yeah, but then it was like, all right, take all that shit and now go be a point guard.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I wasn't like a scoring guard. You know what I mean? I could score. I just like being selfish wasn't my mentality. You know what I mean? As far as like scoring, you know, I wanted to like pass and like get assists. I'd rather have 20 assists
Team player.
than 40 points. You know what I mean?
But you was that athletic guard, though.
Yeah,
know?
I had to do a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had to do a
He's
lot.
a regular human. He had to.
Yeah.
Nah, but he was dunking on cats, though, bro.
I would
like,
always say, like, when I look back, like, I'm not, you know, I can always, like, hold my head high because, man, I play like I was 6'8". Like, when I go back and watch, I'm like, damn, dude, like, as a little dude, you know, as a little guard, like, you know, I stood with giants. You know what I mean? I guarded giants.
Wow.
You know, I guarded some of the best players in the league and like went head up. So, you know, it's just appreciative of just like that shit. You know, when you can look back on some shit and say, "Damn, dog," like be surprised. You know what I mean?
Nah, I think our last question is gonna be, you know, John Morant. I feel like he has a similar style of explosive guard. You know, relies a lot on his athleticism. You think like that's something that you could have longevity playing like that, or do you only have a small window of being successful before you have to change your game up?
I think when you're that young, that's how you play.
Yeah.
Every young dude, you play to the best of your ability, right? And if you watch Ja Morant, you're mesmerized by all the athleticism. I used to tell this to people about Steph Curry. I used to say, yo, y'all sleeping on this kid, dude. Y'all just seeing him like, you just saying, oh, he's a shooter. No, he got handles. Man, he can pass. You know what I mean? He got good defensive instincts. He got good offensive awareness. You know what I mean? And so when I look at Ja Morant, y'all looking at the dunk. I'm looking at him just bop a dude at half court around the back, go between his legs, and then jump.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So the skills are there. As his athleticism, as he gets older and he's only going to become more athletic. I know that's scary. But, like, as he gets older in his 30s and things like that, his skill level, you're going to be like, damn, dude, Ja Morant is cold. Because he's smart. He understands the game. He loves the game. And right now, you just can't stop him. You know, he got everything working for him. And so you just, you know, you hope that he remains, you know, he continues to get stronger and be athletic. But the dude is skilled. You know what I mean? And I always look at a dude and say, like, what would they look like on another team, right? Or then, like, what would he look like if he didn't have hops like that? You know what I mean? And so I still think he would be a really good player, a great player, and it would be different. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at his skills.
Yeah.
Jokes Up Ice Cream Dispensary is the #1 cannabis dispensary in Studio City and Los Angeles, offering the highest quality and the best prices on ice cream cannabis. Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.